I'm getting ready to, Gary. Stand by. I'm going to our starting screen.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
The biggest natural disasters that have ever occurred on planet Earth and everything in between. Two brothers from another mother ripping it up. And oh no, we don't record the show. We have the balls to do it live. Call into the show at 207-370-5852. That's 207-370-5852. Be a part of the show. Let's do it. This is the Mark G Show. And now your hosts, Mark G and Gary G.
What's going on? TikTok, Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube, baby. What's going on, everybody? Wow, 100 episodes as of today. That's right. We are recording our 100th episode right now, and it is awesome. Let's go ahead and start off first and introduce my brother from another mother with the afro the size of King Kong, Gary G. Ladies and gentlemen, Gary, what's going on, brother? How are you?
Oh, you know, we're here. We're doing it. Number 100.
100, man.
That's
The 100th
crazy.
freaking episode, right?
I don't know how many I've been a part of, but the fact that you've been doing this for 100 episodes already is bananas.
It's absolutely insane, man. So let me let everybody know right now. Yeah, David Valentine. Wow, 100 episode over on Facebook. Yeah, man. 100, baby. We are celebrating it today, and we're going to go back and we're going to do some blasts from the past and listen to shows all the way down to number one and work our way up a little bit. We may have to skip a few depending. But listen, this wouldn't be the Mark G Show if we didn't have any issues. Thank you all for the gifts over on TikTok. I'll thank you all at the end of the show. As we are live over on TikTok, you're only going to see me, unfortunately, my ugly mug. You won't be able to see my brothers unless you go over and watch me on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. You can watch us over there, and you'll actually see my brother, and you'll see the green screen, how it actually works on those on those channels, either on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch. You'll actually see how the green screen works over there. But as of now, if you're watching me on TikTok, all you're going to see is this. We were having some audio issues. I do see that I have Zach requesting to come in. Zach, I don't know if I dare to bring you in, man, because we just tried doing an audio test and it had an issue. I'm scared. I will try, Zach. I will give you one shot, Zach. If it don't work, I got to boot you out and then really hope that it doesn't mess up my audio here. Let's give it a shot real quick. Again, here we go. Zach, I'm scared, man. I'm scared. Let's see. I'm scared. Zach.
What's up?
Holy shit, it worked.
Dude, I'm like God, bro. I make everything work.
Well, listen, man, we were having some issues with the audio. So like when I was going live, we were trying to do the test. This is my third reset, and everybody like was coming through the iPad versus coming through my sound system. So I was like, fuck, this is not going to work. So Gary, you remember Zach.
Is this the Arkansas guy?
This is the Ohio guy.
Oh, the Ohio guy. All right.
Yes,
I do remember.
You do remember. You do remember the guy.
Yeah.
Pick potatoes. Yes, that would be Zach. But yeah, so he was like, I want to join the podcast again. I had fun. I was like, all right.
This,
Zach, we'll
this
bring
dude
it."
had some UFO encounters, if I remember correctly.
Yes, he was the one that got probed.
Yeah, real hard.
Yeah, he got probed.
I didn't know you could volunteer to get probed by aliens. That's crazy.
Oh, dude, it's a one in a lifetime thing. It's like seeing a unicorn for the first time.
I heard they probed too.
Oh, they do. They do.
So for everybody on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch, I really did want to bring in the faces of TikTok for y'all to actually see. Unfortunately, I believe it was the software that I was using that was mirroring my iPad image to my PC. In order for us to do that, was messing with our audio. Now that I see that Zach, oh wow, our phone's ringing, dude. I hope
this is gonna be like last
I hope
time.
not. Here we go. You ready?
Call from
David Valentine.
Oh, David Valentine.
to
All
accept,
right.
press 1.
All right, hold on here. I know who David is. He used to live above me. David, what's going on, my man? How are you?
Not much, man. I just want to congratulate you guys on the 100th episode.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. How you been?
I'm doing well. Thank you, man. How you been?
Oh man, I'm living, man. Every day I wake up breathing's a great day.
Likewise, I'm just here in Sunnyside, Florida. Man, I'm sorry I missed your episode, but I'll be watching it from now on. That just sucks.
I appreciate it, man. Well, get ready for some laughs because we're about ready to listen to my very first ever episode. And wait till you hear the audio quality on it, my man. I appreciate you calling in, though, and congratulating us on the 100th episode. I appreciate you.
All right.
All right, Dave. See you.
So that dude was your old neighbor?
Yeah. So back when we used to rent in a place for an apartment, and
Was
matter
that
of
the
fact,
slum landlord?
that was one of the slum landlords, dude. I live in a city that's full of slum landlords, unfortunately. So when we had that one, that was a really bad. But they lived above us. They were cool as shit. He's a former Marine. Well, I guess a Marine. Once a Marine, always a Marine. He was a Marine. He was awesome. They moved off to Florida, and shortly, I think probably maybe a year after they moved out, that's when we bought our house. So, but yeah, we got what's up, Gary seems good. Scooby saying on TikTok, Facebook, he was using stringing cups. Sure was. David says. All right, but anyways, let's go over to this, man. 100th episode. I've recorded 100 of these things. The reason why I first ever started my podcast is because I kept getting censored on Facebook. Anything I ever posted, Facebook removed me and bananaed me. And I got tired of it, because I want to have a voice, and podcasting seemed to be that way to give me a voice. Unfortunately, now we are live on other social media platforms again. So what I want to do is get my little quote unquote disclaimer out of the way before we listen.
That's a good thing.
Some of these older shows. First and foremost, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Mark G Show. Everything that you hear on the show today is the opinions of myself, my brother, and any of the guests that come on the show. It is absolutely for entertainment purposes only. Do with the information as you will. Also, I advise you to always do your own research. It is a great thing to do. You hear something, research it. And like I said before, entertainment purposes only. Now that that's out of the way, Zach is also for entertainment purposes only. He is being rented out for polls. So if you need him for a show, feel free to send him a message on TikTok. He'll gladly respond to you within about 15 minutes or so. Now let's get over to this introduction episode. This is my first ever episode. I believe I recorded this with a headset. Legit.
Really?
I believe so. I believe this was recorded with a headset and crappy editing software. Zach, let me know if you do hear this as well over on the TikTok side. I'm going to do a small clip it first, just to tell if you can hear the audio. He's broadcasting right. Okay. All right. So remember, y'all heard the new intro, right? We played the new intro. This is so horrible. Okay. Let me give it a little turn up here. All right, here we go. 100, the first ever episode of the Mark G Show. Here we go. Kitchen. He's got screaming kids. He's got a chaotic household, but he wants to bring you the best podcast around. Completely unfiltered, completely uncensored. Folks, this is Unfiltered Radio with your host, Mark G. Oh my God, that's horrible.
So it went from unfiltered to no filter to the Mark G Show.
It did.
So you had 3 iterations. That's cool.
3 iterations, and we finally found the niche. He loves toothpick setup. Zach loves little prices. LOL. This is so. Welcome in, Vicky. I see you over on Facebook. Here we go. Here with No Filter Radio. It's so
Check
low.
us out, nofilterradio.net.
Listen how bad the
Folks,
audio quality
I'm just
was
doing a
back
quick
then.
introduction podcast right now. There ain't anything too fancy about this. Just want to
Wow.
get out there and introduce myself to you. Number one, I am doing this broadcast in my kitchen/dining room.
That hasn't
combination
changed.
Where I've
That
got
still
my
hasn't
PC
changed.
all set up. I have been since we moved into this house about 4 years ago. With that being said, though, the reason why I'm creating this podcast is I am constantly going into Facebook jail. Mark Zuckerberg, I swear to God.
Okay, we're gonna stop it right there because I think Facebook CEO. We're gonna stop it right there. But yeah, so y'all heard how crappy that was. That was only that was first ever episode ever recorded. And
What's
I'm
the
looking
date
at
on that?
September?
I was about to say, what was the year?
About 2 years ago, September 2021.
Oh, wow.
All right.
Yeah, September 2021. That was recorded. And then the next one, I'm really kind of scared. So the next one up is labeled Facebook.
Someone is
Rant.
saying Twitch is frozen.
Twitch is frozen. All right. Unfortunately, I probably won't be able to fix Twitch, Tech Man. I appreciate you letting me know. As long as we're working on Facebook and YouTube and TikTok, I'll be happy with that. I will take a peek at the Twitch information a little bit later. In this episode, I had to go off on a random rant from posts I saw on Facebook. I will warn you, though, I went off topic a lot. LOL, this is my second show, and I can only hope to improve from there. All right, so that's what the title was, and here we go, Facebook rants. I'm going to have to stop it really quickly if it goes downhill fast.
Does it? I'm sure it will.
Oh, shit, baby. It's about that time. You are tuning into No Filter Radio. Boy, do I got a show for you today. I am banned on Facebook because Mark Zuckerberg
No, stop talking about
Oh,
Mark.
damn, right off the bat.
Hold on.
is a puss filter.
What is he, Mark? What were you going to say there?
I think, hold on, Gary. I can tell you. I think I called Mark Zuckerberg up. That's
Oh.
what I think I called him.
Too.
I think that's what I called him over there. Okay, let's continue
Wonderful.
this for a second. I'm digging the green screen. Thank you, Vicky. I appreciate you. Okay, let's go.
Yeah, what's going on, folks? It's Mark with No Filter Radio. We are on episode 2 of my show. Before we get going in the show, I just want to remind everybody, I'm broadcasting right now in my dining room.
You can actually hear the
/
kids.
kitchen area, because this is where I have my computer set up. But I really wanted to start a podcast. Why? Because every time I make a post,
All right,
get some hosts in here, and well,
I'm trying to skip
everybody
15.
within the medical field to say, hey, you've got to get this vaccination.
Oh no!
Man.
No! Yeah.
I wonder why you kept getting banned, Mark.
I wonder
That's,
why I kept getting bananaed. Yeah, it looks like I'm jumping right into the crucial shit. We're gonna stop it right there on that one. Dear God.
so controversial.
Yeah, I think my first. Let's see. Just a daily rant with my mind thought process. Love it or leave it. But here's my thoughts. Do I have an intro for this one? Let's see. This one's only these are only short ones too. Like this one's 17 minutes long. Next one's like 5 minutes long. So it's funny because they're small right now. They're not like our 45 minutes to 2 hour long episode. So let's see
It's
what
like
this one
podcast snippets.
Yeah, podcast snippets.
And we don't have a vice president. Hell, we don't even have a president.
Is that how you started it?
That's
Was
how
that
I
the,
started.
that's the
That-
very
that-
beginning? I
That's
love
the
it.
very beginning. That's the very beginning. Let's go with it.
But everybody,
Right around 6:30 in the afternoon here in the good old state of Maine. Let me tell you, it's starting to get fucking cold, and I don't like it. But that is not the reason why I'm doing this podcast today. As everybody knows, I am on a 30-day ban with Facebook because Mark Zuckerberg.
Oh my God! Stop
gave
talking about
me the hint.
Zuckerberg, you
Donald
dumbass!
Trump cannot talk shit about Mark Zuckerberg, Biden, Harris. No, okay, we got to stop. You're saying the big B word. The big B word's gonna get us in trouble. What's going on, Sarah? How are you? What's your thought? Tibbets, I would love to talk about that on another episode. Right now, we're just kind of celebrating the 100th episode here and listening to these backgrounds. Snipers, I love it. No, we don't. My stomach hurts from laughing. Dave Valentine says, well, I'm sorry. No, not a problem, David. If you guys want to get a good laugh, you can find my podcast on Apple, Spotify, and so forth. It's all right there. Yeah, so and we're just kind of going through and just playing random. It's so funny. So far we know who I'm pissed off at. So let's go. This one says one more. This one's another introduction, I guess.
Hey, really
This
quick
is-
before you do this, you know who Lex Fridman is?
I do not.
So he's like a AI scientist for MIT. He's like a really, really smart motherfucker, and he's a jujitsu guy. And I just saw a clip today because he had Zuckerberg on his podcast recently, and it showed him and Zuckerberg getting down on some jujitsu.
Yeah, well, he can fight. You know,
Zuckerberg's legit, dude.
Elon Musk has offered to go one-on-one with him. Like,
I want to see it.
I guess Joe Rogan is trying to get that set up.
Wait, is it gonna
Like-
be full MMA?
Full MMA.
Dude, as much as I like Musk, I think Zuckerberg will mop him up.
Yeah, I think so as well. But yeah, that was that is gonna be a fight supposedly, and yeah, and Rogan is gonna do it.
I will find a way to watch that one live.
Right,
Dude,
definitely.
watch that.
So one more introduction. This one says, "I'm curious." This one's probably gonna be loud.
Are 4 years old.
What the hell?
And I said, what? But I want.
Hold on, go back.
He's a new podcaster. He's coming out of nowhere. And a noisy
Oh my God, the
ass
awful
house for
echo.
Noisy ass children. And his views, well, they piss off just about any snowflake out there. So if you're a Karen, this
Let's
is
go.
the No Filter Radio Show with your host,
So
Mark.
good.
G. So I just recently uploaded a podcast, but I wanted to do another one real quick just because, number one, I don't think people know who I am. I'm a very vocal person, and I'm very hated by Mark Zuckerberg on Facebook. You'll hear me say that a lot because it seems like I keep getting the good old Facebook ban hammer almost every week.
Wow, did you just hear the bad audio quality?
Dude, it's so
Like,
good.
I get-
So,
I'm like I'm just sucking on that microphone, just giving it the good old, pH level to it.
dude,
I mean, it's bad.
it was phenomenal. It's fucking great, man.
All right, let's go up a couple here. Let's go. We're still in September, dude. I recorded so many. Let's see. Patriot roll call promo. What is this? We are looking for Patriot.
Are half of these like completely out of your memory banks? You don't remember doing
Dude, I don't remember half of this shit that I said, dude.
nice.
I know, I know why I created because I was pissed. Can someone say closet? There, God, that one did sound creepy, didn't it? Let's go. All right, let's try this one. So this one says Patriot Rogue. So I guess I made promos. This should be interesting.
Are you a patriot? Are you a pissed off nurse? Are you a pissed off doctor? Or are you just a pissed off person? Period. Are you tired of this current administration? Did Joe Biden?
No, Mark, you can't say that
Did
shit.
you
Mark.
use like one of those like shitty toy microphones that kids use to like get the echo? Were you like
Dude,
holding
hold
it to your
Wait, no, that's a drum. Oh, I gave that one to my son because this is the second upgrade. This is the
Oh, yeah, 'cause
second.
that's the one I
whatever.
have, yeah.
This is the one you have, but yeah, the other microphone I have, I gave to my 20-year-old.
What was it, like a
He-
Yeti?
No, it was a cheap plastic fucking thing. It was bad. It was bad. And then, of course, my audio editing. You need a 3-second delay. I do, Calvin. I do need a 3-second delay. Oh man, Zach. Oh dear God. For everybody on TikTok, if you want to actually see, you won't be able to see Zach's mug, but if you want to see how the green screen actually works as well, you can check us out on YouTube, Facebook, and I guess we're having issues on Twitch. So do not check us out on Twitch. Mark recorded that on Xylophone, right? All right, let's try going up a little bit more. So these are some awful September, dude. I went crazy in the month of September. All right, so this one says January shenanigans. This podcast was interesting. We played with our new intro and outro. We talked about Nicki Minaj, cancel culture, and so much more. Oh, we also rolled out our new segment called something. Hold on.
Here's as we open our huge mouth.
Okay, wait a minute. This
got
is
an
No
intro.
Filter Radio. We got an intro now. This is No Filter Radio's intro.
Is this with
No
this has gotta be with,
Radio, and this is
yeah.
your host, Mark
Justin.
G.
What is happening, No Filter Radio Nations? This is Mark G, and boy, do I got a show for you today. Today, I am actually going live on TikTok as I record this episode. Maybe we'll get somebody to join in and have a conversation with and see what their opinions are as well. Because remember, this show is all about my opinion, some news that I've seen. You know, everybody watches their own type of freaking news. Everybody knows where my political stance are, and I'm sure we're going to get into my political views here in the very near future. But for right now, I want to talk about something I'm calling curtains. It seems like there's a lot of curtains lately in the media. And don't get me wrong, some of the subjects that we're seeing now coming out, they definitely need to be seen. But I feel like there's curtains.
Curtains.
What do I mean by curtains? Well, at
What do
first,
I mean?
we were hearing about General Milley and his acts. Some folks say he's not treasonous, like the folks on the right conservative side and military folks are all saying alike that Milley charged of treason.
Oh, shit.
So, before we start his treasonous
Shit, all right, Mark, stop.
Milley was
Y'all see, I'm very political back in the day. Like, we went hardcore. I was, okay. We all know who I was bitching about there at that point. What's going on, Bofa? Wow. Okay. I jumped right into it when I first started, didn't I? I didn't hey, how you doing? Let's start you off slow and give you a little.
No disclaimer, no nothing. Just like, hey, here's your jugular. Let me just slice it.
Right. Let me just jump right in. We ain't going with any protection. I just want baby. I mean, that's how we went with it. Okay. Let's freaking
You're raw dogging, you're raw dogging.
raw dogging it. All right, let's see. We're still in September. Okay, wait. Hey, we got some in October. First live show in October. We decided to broadcast a live show from. This is the Podbean app. So remember when we went live on Podbean? That was when I first ever started recording the podcast, and I wanted to bring in guests. We used this the app called Podbean, and it was great because people were able to join us via audio. There was no video, but they were able to join us through audio, and we got some interesting guests out of this. So I'm not sure if we're going to pull them out here. I'll try skipping through a little bit. We'll actually go through a little bit here. We'll see what we come up to. Okay, wait. October. Actually, let's go down to Justin real quick. So October co-host shenanigans. So I actually brought Justin in October. So let's go with that one first. Today's show started with one co-host, Justin Murillo, and we ended up with two. LOL. My buddy Brandon jumped in and made for fun night of shenanigans. Enjoy the show. Let's see.
What's happening, No Filter Radio Nation? This is Mark G, and boy, listen up. Today,
Mike's a little bit clearer. Mike sounds a little bit more on that crisp side.
That's when you had this cloud thing going on, I'm assuming.
Yes, I'm thinking that's when I had the cloud filter. I think I finally acted with the cloud filter. What's up, No Filter Radio Nation, baby?
show was phenomenal. Before we get onto the show, let me explain something to you folks. Number one, I'm still getting used to this podcast thing. No Filter Radio has been out for about a month so far, and I want to thank everybody personally for all the downloads, the listens, and the contact. That is awesome. Now, if you want to get on the show, I ask you to send me an email at markg@nofilterradio.net.
That email is no longer good, folks. Don't email it.
Everything with Zoom. With me saying that, tonight's show is recorded via Zoom. I had both my buddy Brandon and Justin in the show as co-host. It was fun. We had
So real quick thing about Brandon. I can't still say his real name, but that is a covert name. It's actually a buddy of mine who is still active duty.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
freaking blast. We hit on some major topics. And at the same time, we got sidetracked. We also had some audio issues.
Oh, yeah, we did.
Please bear with
Audio
me.
issues?
Oh, no, never on my show. Never.
Never.
Listen to. And I do hope you enjoyed the show. Now, without further ado,
baby. I digress.
Get on with the show.
What did I digress?
I just used that in the
wrong fucking term, Mark.
No Filter Radio. Let's go to the show.
When's the last time you've heard a
Okay, before I'm going to actually play this intro because the intro is pretty badass. We were No Filter Radio, and to believe it or not, that probably would have still stayed the same. But to be after doing some research, I actually found out that there's a radio station or an online radio station located, I believe it's in New York, and it's by a young entrepreneur lady, and she started up something called No Filter Radio. And later on down the seasons, I found out that she was doing that, so I ended up changing everything over to the Mark G Show, and that's why we did that. But let's listen to the I love this intro.
That truly did not give a damn about what people thought. or said. It's been a while, right? Welcome to No Filter Radio. No Filter Radio. We have freedom of speech. Too bad nobody else uses it. If we think it, we say it. We say it. And we say it how we want. From cultural issues to political issues. As a matter of fact, we cover any issues. Open your ears as we open our huge mouths. This is No Filter Radio, and this is your host, Mark G.
So real quickly, I got somebody over on Facebook, David Valentine, asking, "Hey, how do I contact you to be part of it?" Oh, David, I believe you have my personal number. If not, hit me up on Facebook. We're Facebook friends, and I can give you my number, and we can chit chat about you getting on the show. For anybody else who wants to know how to get on the show, just sit there and shoot me an email on air at themarkgshow.com. Once again, it's on air at themarkgshow.com. Hit me up here on TikTok like Zach did. He's like, "I'm getting on your podcast, whether you like it or not." I was like, "Okay, come on."
That's actually really how it fucking went.
so that's how Zach got on it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna skip through. We're gonna go. This is a 56-minute episode, so I'm gonna go to 13 minutes 22. If this says anything at all about Zuckerberg right off the bat, I'm done. I quit.
Yeah, in TikTok world, now we know what names not to use on TikTok.
Right.
Because of my podcast.
Right. Exactly.
That's right. It's a Facebook jail inmate t-shirt. They've got shirts for Patreon.
Right off the way. So I'm 15 minutes in. I'm already talking about Facebook because I was selling the Facebook jail inmate t-shirts.
Versus patriotic doctors is so much more. Check them out now at Crazy Ass.
Oh, that's a commercial.
They do have the video on that.
Okay, that's
link.
Justin.
The title for New York Post was Gabby Petito was in a 2013 irreplaceable music video for Sandy Hook.
Clip real quick from Nancy Pelosi. And let me know if you
we was talking about that a school that has the initial SH.
You guys have heard this one yet. I'm sure you have, but listen to her wording closely as she speaks about this. Hold on.
Government open. We have to do those imminently.
Oh, and I don't want to hear her voice. I don't want to hear her voice.
I'm not sure about that. I think a lot of long timers, maybe the newer.
No, Beth, no scavenger hunt tonight. We're celebrating our 100th episode of the podcast. And we're kind of going through everything. Dear God, let's see. Tuesday night live show, unedited. Thursday live show. This was a quick rant show, and then my kids went at it, so we killed the feed. But hey, this is the crazy life of podcasting in your home. Oh dear God, what happened here?
Doors. Didn't really think so.
This is
just skip through the intro.
All right, so listen, I had an echo because I had my speakers turned on. I was an idiot. I got headphones on. Idiot, the speakers are playing too. Your mic cut out sound.
Dude, I feel so weird listening to
myself. So there we go. Mic is not cutting out anymore.
No.
Or I still do. I
folks,
drive in my car and listen to podcasts afterwards. I'm like,
podcast
okay, I got to make
now.
sure it sounds good.
So therefore, I've been trying to do everything unedited, unfiltered to keep that raw, natural effect on my podcast.
Yeah, Mark, you like it raw.
We are broadcasting live on Podbean. Feel free to join us. Just go to podbeans.com or go to your.
You do have 5 kids, so
I do got 5 kids.
Live streams. You'll also be able to become a guest. They're telling us that they were going to allow trans.
No, Mark, why?
Hot button, left and right.
Let's go.
Yelling my name, looking for me because he's ready to beat my ass. My grandmother had this old chest, and guest needs to get help.
I think I'm talking about when I caught the forest behind my grandmother's house on fire. Hold on.
What?
Oh yeah,
there's somebody who rapes anybody.
No, what the hell am I talking about? Whoa, back down, Mark. Wait.
Stupidest things I could ever done. Let me tell you, I got.
Okay, here we go. All right, I know what I was talking about there. I was talking about there is an issue that happened in a school with a certain bathroom being shared. There was something that happened in that school, and we talked about it on that episode. So I'll leave it as that. If y'all want to watch that episode, it's called Thursday Live Show back in October of 2021.
Okay, I got to hear about how you caught your grandmother's woods.
I'm about ready to play it. I think I'm going to talk about it. Hold on. Here we go.
Wait to hear this fucking story.
All right, hold on. Here we go.
My ass beat.
And after I started that, I was so fucking scared because at that time it didn't matter. Fucking okay. So I guess I talked about my uncle coming after me. So what happened was there was me and 2 other kids. They lived next door. We're at my grandmother's house, and we thought we could make maple syrup. We thought we could make maple syrup. So we took a lighter that we had, and we got some maple off a tree, and we put it on a leaf, and we were trying to light the maple. Needless to say, we lit more than just the maple. It was dry season too, so everything was dry. So it went up, and when it went up, I mean, it went up. There was 4 different fire departments that responded to that. The flames were outrageous out behind my grandmother's house. Luckily, no homes or anything like that got burnt down. And by the time the fire department got there, I was already in my grandmother's house. She had one of those old.
Is this dad's parents?
No, these are my mother's parents.
Oh, okay.
So at this time, fire department's there. My uncle, I can hear him hollering for me. He's pissed. But my grandma had one of these old wooden chests. And I literally went inside that wooden chest and I laid there, dude. I was silent. I barely breathed. I was just cuddled. I knew it was coming to me. I knew it was coming to me. The good old days, folks. The good old days. I knew it was coming. And I just sat there. And dude, the face, oh my God. I can remember when he opened that door and saw me, the look of "you're done" on his face. I was screwed, dude. I could not sit for a fucking week after that.
I gotta ask, was it a belt or was it a paddle?
Belt.
Oh, those are the worst.
It was a belt. It was one of the worst ones I ever got in my life. Did I deserve it? Yeah, I screwed up. But the sad part is the 2 kids that also did that with me denied it and said it was all me and they had no part of it. And their parents did nothing to them. So I was the only one that got punished.
It was your fault. Why would they get in trouble?
Exactly. And I was the only one that got in trouble with the fire department.
Who was holding the lighter, though?
Okay, it was that person. All right, let's go. And the funny part is, years later, after I got a little bit older and became an older teenager, I actually joined that fire department that fought that fire as a junior volunteer firefighter, and I actually joined them. And another funny story before we move on to the podcast is we lived on the street down in Buxton, Maine. Okay, my wife's telling me it's 15. We live in this place called Buxton, Maine. It's a small rural type of town. And I lived on this one street, and the fire department, literally, if I went down the street, it was at the bottom of the hill. I could ride my bike to it. Well, there was a house fire one night on my street. And literally, I had to pass that house to get to the fire department. Mind you, I'm a teenager, did not have no vehicle. I rode with all my fire gear on my bike, past the fire, looked out of the fire gear to go down the hill to get to the fire department, to get in the fire truck, to go backwards to get in the fucking fire. Oh, dude, I've had some weird shit happen to me. Did some weird shit as a fucking kid. But if you can imagine being that homeowner, seeing a guy in full fucking fire gear riding past your house as your house is burning.
Dude. Honestly, if it was me and I saw that, I would honestly probably fucking start laughing and be like, what the fuck, dude?
Oh, man. Okay, back to some of these episodes here. Let's scroll up here. November. In today's show, we interviewed a young lady who lost her father. Ooh, that's right. We did have a good one. Her father had complications with a certain medical procedure. This one was our first ever guest that we had on.
Okay, here's my first TikTok. For everyone wondering why there are so many of us against the vaccine.
No! Why you gotta say that word? Why you gotta say that word? I'm afraid. I'm afraid TikTok's gonna give me a white screen here. Hold on. Let's continue playing it though. What? I don't even know. A story that MSN will tell you.
Some of us whose father is actually in the ICU right now, about to have his arm amputated due to so many blood clots in his arm. On top of the double pneumonia, congestive heart failure, blood clot in his heart, and he may lose both legs due to blood clots. This is a perfectly healthy man who worked this whole garden all season long, plus 2 more that we have. Was consistently working on cars and everything. He gets the vaccine, his energy is cut in half.
I can't Google too quick.
And for the past month, he has basically been fighting for his life. So before you come after an unvaccinated
I tell
banana
you,
yourself, bro.
I am. I started getting really good at the audio editing. Like her intro was great, man. I'm actually liking that one. I'm like, wow, wait a minute, I improved a little bit.
Well, I don't think you'll get nannered, man, because you did put the
The disclaimer prior.
disclaimer in the beginning. So
Yeah, I'm not sure. We'll see.
About what you're saying.
Hi, Justin.
So, nice to meet you, and I'm so sorry
So-
about your loss. This is
So yeah, the audio she recorded, I met her here on TikTok. I actually saw her video on TikTok, and that's when I was like, hey, you want to be on my show, my podcast? And that's how I invited her. I remember interviewing her, and of course she was down for it. And then I took her TikTok video and I used the audio from her TikTok video to make that intro. But yeah, so she talked about her story here on TikTok, and she got so much smack about people were calling her a liar and a fake and everything else like that. I mean, it's crazy.
Lost her dad.
She lost her dad. Her dad passed away actually a week before the show recording. We had to
I think I
postpone it.
remember you talking about this one.
Yeah, we postponed it because we were going to record the show before he passed. But when she sent him a message, let me know her father passed. So if we can just give it a week, she actually got the okay from the rest of her family members to still do the interview with us. It was a pretty intense show. And she actually, you could tell when she was doing the interview, she did cry and stuff like that throughout the interview. It was pretty intense.
1 second. I'm going to mute DSN. Go ahead.
okay. So my question is: was your father one of the ones who?
Justin.
Hello.
Hey, right.
So he was like, we're all like, hello? So we still weren't that good there. All right, let's just skip through here. We're in 41 minutes into it.
Vaccine. And a week later, she was dead. December 12th, 2020, she passed away. And I know the flu vaccine is what.
Oh, okay. We're going to stop there. So we interviewed her on Podbean. I remember that lady's voice. That lady's from Podbean. So, okay. So, wow. I went very political way off the bat. Kyle is a free man. Our reaction. Ooh. Did this one get me in trouble?
Free man from what, Mark?
Well, let's find out. Hold on. Let's see.
We cover it.
Filter Radio. What a hell of a day.
Wow, the audio is shitty on this one.
All right. So,
Whoa. Dude. That text is from that recording. So obviously I didn't edit that out.
son of a bitch. Well, can't you tell I got my phone set up for some audio that I'm going to be playing here in a minute? That was loud. Let me put that bad boy to sleep so that don't happen again. So listen, before I get the show started, folks, listen, I'm broadcasting at an unusual time. I don't normally broadcast right now because my household is awake. I've got kids screaming right now. They're upstairs. I've got teenagers moving around. I got a dog roaming, and I got a wife roaming around. So it gets a little loud right now, but I have to get out here and I've got to start this podcast. I am broadcasting right now live on No Filter Radio's Facebook page and Twitter page because I don't think Mark Zuckerberg or Twitter can sit there and come after me for speaking the truth. If they come after me right now for what I'm about ready to tell you, what I'm about ready to play for you, that shows where they really stand on their political beliefs. Something happened huge. Something huge happened today. Folks, Second Amendment rights are yours. And today it was proven that your Second Amendment rights stand strong. It actually goes to show that we should have stand your ground laws in all 50 states.
I'm skating.
I'm skating. So, sorry. See, this is what I mean. Kids roaming around, asking questions. Got a podcast.
My daughter, I hear her voice in there. Okay, so my daughter's going to ask me questions.
Listen, I want to play something for you. Before I even go into this any further, let me play this audio clip for you. This is why I'm so excited. This is why anybody should be excited. Justice was served today. And it was served on the right side. Let me play it. Come on, audio.
The defendant will rise to face the jury and hearken to its verdicts.
For the people who don't know what I'm about ready to play, this is the Kyle Rittenhouse verdict. You're going to listen to him reading off the verdicts. Here we go.
State of Wisconsin versus Kyle Rittenhouse. As to the first count of the information, Joseph Rosenbaum. We, the jury, find the defendant, Kyle H. Rittenhouse, not guilty. As to the second count of the information, Richard McGinnis. We, the jury, find the defendant, Kyle H. Rittenhouse, not guilty. As to the third count of the information, unknown male, we, the jury, find the defendant, Kyle H. Rittenhouse, not guilty.
So wait a minute. I wonder, has anybody know if an update, has the unknown male ever been known?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Not sure.
Interesting. So, okay. So when did I stop going political?
Because I mean, honestly, after all that, I haven't fucking heard anything ever since that.
No, other than him suing everybody underneath the sun.
Yeah.
Because
Andy's on Twitter trying to ask everybody to like do his GoFundMe so we could afford all these lawsuits.
Yeah, well, I suppose he's already made a bunch of money.
Yeah, but he's asking everyone else to foot the bill for his lawsuits.
Well, don't the politicians do that to us too? Like, hey, give me money so I can run and serve you.
Yes.
Right.
I want you to pay me a shit ton of it that you're never going to see again. And I'm going to serve you so I can come back and tax you even higher, take all your money. Right. Oh, man. Let's see. Normal Tuesday show canceled, but I had to clear my chest. Unfortunately, life keeps throwing me lemons, and I have yet again have to reschedule my normal show due to my business taking precedent over the cut pass. But meantime, enjoy my, oh boy. Did I bitch about employee in this one? Oh boy. I'm scared of this one. Here we go.
These days. And because of that, as a business owner, I am once again forced around 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Definitely not my normal time. Typically, the show tonight would be recorded at 9 p.m. when my kids go to bed. It's typically my one and only day off from my business. I'm doing this show because it looks like I'm going to have to run my show at different awkward times for quite some time. It seems I cannot find people who want to work. It seems to be impossible for me these days. And because of that, as a business owner, I am once again forced to go in. Now I could sit there and make it possibly so I can actually have a few days off. But if I was to do that, number one, I'd have to drop clients. And number two, I would have to fire my one and only dedicated employee that I have.
He's still
I'm
works
not
for me.
about destroying lives. I'm not about hurting our wallets. But I'm really, really beginning to lose my shit. My business was running great. It was running phenomenal.
I think I'm about
prior
ready to bitch about
COVID.
something. Yep, I knew it.
COVID came and, well, it literally smacked me in the ass and then made it so no one wanted to work. I'm sitting here filming this right now in my studio, and as you can tell where I'm doing it during the daytime, you're probably hearing my kid in the background. So for the background noise, my apologies to you.
God, listen how young they sound. That's got to be Lincoln. 20. That's 2 years ago. All right, let me skip forward a little bit here.
And yet they're still blaming on Trump. This is not Trump's fault.
Oh, Mark, don't mention the T word.
I think 3 days total for me, and then they got sick. And now they send me a message telling me they're with somebody who got sick.
Oh, I remember that one. Because people use that excuse all the freaking time. All right. Talking about Q fever with guest Kava. So, Gary, I think you're about ready to come in the show. Because I had a guest on. Her name was Kava. That was a very, very interesting, awkward, weird interview. So we're gonna skip over that one. Saturday night surprise show tonight's show, a surprise pop-up show with special guests from across the globe. Listen today as you learn how you can also be in the show. Huh? We had a show across the globe.
You say across the country.
Last time you heard a podcast that truly
It went viral, 5.3 million views so far.
To do with it. Sources to this. I'll change my
freaking little bitch. Hold on.
What'd you just say? Wow.
Let me make sure you guys hear this.
You're like the least vicious kind.
You heard that, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, it came through.
Okay, fantastic. Let's go ahead and get that played. This is probably the lightest, but this is the one where she slammed on my podcast and brought me into it. So here we go.
I'm going to respond to you because you're like the least vicious comment that I've had. Let's have an honest, real conversation on this. Yes, there have been instances of people who have died after they got the not because of the vaccine.
I want to stop right there. Just local from a nurse that I've read about. Not, but that comment she just said, there was a gentleman that had the second dose of Moderna, went to the parking lot within 5 minutes, died of a, and even the doctors knew that he died due to.
Let's get fast on that. Here we go. Let's go.
No, it's not like that, but there'll be certain sort of like big like games, like football matches and stuff like that, which I'm not really involved in that anyway. So I think things like that they're doing it with
This is my
clubs
guess.
and stuff
That's
like
from the
that.
fucking UK on.
So
bloody hell.
yeah, we're not as bad. I don't know if you've seen what's going on in Australia. Like
Yeah, we
Australia's
horrible, especially.
yeah, so it is. But I think it's at a time it's not about us looking about what's happening in other countries. Whatever you see is happening in other countries is coming to your doorstep, sweetheart. So don't be sitting there thinking we're America, we're free on, and same as England. Do you know what I mean? Whatever you see is a global thing right now, and it's coming to everyone. It is what it is, isn't it? But a lot of these people that are out there protesting, they're protesting for the physical. They think that this is going to do something physical to their body. Let me tell you something. When they're
Oh, I remember this chick. She went complete full-blown spiritual. She went on a biblical hike with this podcast. It took the biggest freaking spin ever. I was riding with it. I'm like, yeah, let's go. Okay, I like what you're saying. And then all of a sudden it went completely biblical. And I was like, oh boy.
Man, I thought when you said spiritual, I thought she was going to start talking about like gems and crystals and shit.
No, she went biblical. Right. She went biblical big time.
I just want to know if you called a little bitch. That was hilarious.
That was. I don't know. That's a good one. Oh, here we go. So we had some fun in this one. Holiday pod deck game. Remember I was trying to do this in Toxic Boxes and I barely got 3 or 4 questions out? In this episode, we had multiple guests asking them random questions from the pod deck cards. It was interesting show to say the least. Be sure to follow us. Okay. So this one I play the pod decks. Us to go ahead, meet me in Podbean. We are.
I give attention to everybody, so you have to ask another question.
All
Everybody
right.
gets all my attention.
Everybody gets all your attention.
All my
Okay.
attention. All my attention. Everybody gets my attention.
All right, fantastic. Well, then we'll switch over to a different question for you. What have you read online recently that inspired you? Hello, lady. For those who can't see her right now, she's currently thinking. I'm seeing smoke bellowing out of her ears right now.
We're thinking, yeah, because nothing online inspired me. Everything is negative.
Touche.
Negative.
Hey.
COVID.
Get the jab. Oh my God, COVID jab. Whoa.
Mental health problems, but I'm doing my best to work.
Said that he had passed on.
Okay, I don't know how we went from pod deck game to doesn't sound like a pod deck game to me. All right,
You mean there's left turns that take place on your podcast?
Oh, dude, always left turns. I don't know how that happens.
You heard the beginning of it. It went from being something to Mark going, "You little
right, a little bit.
Right.
What's
Happened
going on?
real quick too.
All right, let's see. Just talk about. Okay, so wait, Gary, did you come in 2022? I'm not sure if this is your in here. On this episode, we welcome the new year of 2022 with an all things discussion about conspiracy theories, everything from flat earthers to Elon Musk creating cyber. Oh, wait a minute, what's this one?
I mean,
what's going on?
Welcome to No Filter.
Going into the ocean, getting into different.
Oh, Gary, look,
Or Justin.
Oh, it is, huh?
All right. All right, so this Justin's still in here. Justin's not left us yet.
For folks that wanted to know, Justin was talking about what we would like to call the horse medicine. The horse medicine was what we're talking about. Okay, moving forward. that we almost sunk. I won't be surprised if we do sink after that one, but we're gonna keep moving forward.
Oh my God.
Justin, we are on all platforms. Just a heads up.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay. Oh shit. I heard that word, but here we go. Top number 3.
This is where we are going to be skating on extremely thin ice. I'm going to say a quarter of an inch, if not thinner.
Oh boy.
But I want to
Put your hand
elaborate
on
on
the button.
one before I talk about this. Once again, Facebook, YouTube, and all you guys out there, your moderators. This is for entertainment purposes only. We are discussing
Hey, giving out a disclaimer.
conspiracy theories that we found on the internet. Okay. Now that I've said that, number 3 conspiracy theory right now going on is this. COVID-19 engineered by the media. Some people think the virus is a so
Okay,
engineered-
oh, there you go.
Bourdain. That's Anthony.
No, it's Bourdain, Anthony Bourdain. That's right. Yeah, I'm getting them mixed up now.
That alcohol is not doing
Yeah,
you any favors.
I'm loving this beer. I
Dude,
think
wait
I'm
a
gonna
minute.
need another one.
Wait.
Oh,
Is
that's
this
New
the
Year's?
episode right before I got Rona?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So a funny fact is I just recently pretty much kind of like I've been doing keto for so long. My body was like built up with this whole ketosis type of thing. So I was doing really, really good. And I finally decided to have some beer. And one of my clients gave me a 6-pack. And I think I drank 2 during this episode.
Yeah, we each had a beer on this one.
Yeah. And the next day, I ended up coming down Rona. So it's like my body broke down. Like the alcohol weakened my immune system. It's like, hey, come on in, let's party. But yeah, so that's what the story is of this one.
Let's see here. We got Lizzie's uncle did it. Okay, so Megan's just responding over to Lonesome over here. So I'm gonna look into this one. All right. So I'm gonna have to mark that one down. Let's move on. Here's a fun one.
All right.
We can have a pretty good discussion on this one. Once again, I'm going to read it off. We'll start with Gary, go over to Justin on this one. We're all living in the Matrix.
Yes.
No, really. People think we're living in a real life simulation. The
We talk about
theory
this all
is
the time.
supported by crazy coincidence and happenings that occurred during a glitch in the Matrix. This could be anything from recognizing the same background character to losing track of time.
I do think that one might be plausible. Not a definite fact, but definitely plausible. There has been cases in which history definitely repeats itself, and we can just look at today's society as an example.
Yeah, the Mandela effect does kind of fit this one too.
Okay,
I
here we
think
go.
The Matrix.
Okay, we're gonna stop right here. Now, guess what the next episode's titled?
Hmm.
Anyone take a guess? Anybody in chat? Anybody? Facebook?
Is it political?
No, it's called. Zach got it right on the bot. I got the Rona.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And intro.
Wait a minute. I did not just say that when I started. Hold on. Starting that from scratch, folks. Listen to the beginning.
And intro.
I literally called out the freaking intro.
When's the last time you heard a podcast?
It just hopped right in. No, I'm in Rona, man. Yeah, man. Last 24 hours was a fucking ride. But before I get right into this podcast and we start going to town and talking about shit, I've got to get this out because I know for a fact I'm probably going to get banned on one of these platforms tonight after this show. But I'm going to give a little disclaimer. Number 1, I'm not a fucking doctor. I do not claim to be a doctor, nor will I ever. Number 2, everything we're going to be discussing tonight is my experience and my experience only. So keep that in mind as we go with this show because they're not going to like what I have to say tonight. They're really not. My mother didn't even like what I had to say tonight. So, yeah. Brother, I got the corona, as you know. I got the good old COVID. Rona, man. It's been a hell of a ride. You know, I'm not in the hospital. I'm not on a ventilator. That's a plus, right?
That is a plus.
Right? That's
Definitely a plus.
definitely a plus. And I feel amazing right now. I really do. I mean, I feel like maybe a little bit less energy. It may not seem like it because I'm sitting on my ass and able to be a little energetic, but I do feel a little bit more drawn out. So it's going to be interesting when I work tomorrow. And yes, I am going to work and no one really gives a fuck because I got to make money and I got to have shit done, right? So work's going to keep going on.
It's just dope that your clients are cool.
Yeah, my clients are down, you know. They know I'm in their businesses when there's nobody there.
Right.
They know, according to the CDC and a bunch of other reports, that COVID does not survive on surface.
And were you doing fogging at this point?
I was posting my temperature as it was climbing. And I went from 100. No, actually, I started off at 99.8, and I rode up to, I want to say 102.8 by 11:30. 11:30 p.m.
quick,
It did,
dude.
dude. It fucking flew. Like,
Like
the
that,
flu.
there was like a 30-minute jump that was like, fuck, that was a lot.
Yeah, like that 30-minute gap when I was on the phone, that fucker that jumped up quite a bit. I was like, holy shit. But yeah, it was quite the ride. And then at some point last night, I lost my taste and smell. And then I was like, okay, we're kind of talking legit. This got to really suck having no taste and smell for a couple of weeks. Got my taste and smell back. Got it back like first thing this morning. I woke up, had my coffee. I'm like, oh shit, thank the fucking Lord I can taste my coffee. Because if my coffee only tastes like mud water, I was going to be pissed. So tasting my coffee, I was happy. Excuse me. Yeah, we'll talk about that incident here in a minute.
What incident?
So, I got my taste back. I still rocked a fever for a little bit this morning. Still had a freaking migraine. Dude, the worst thing about this whole thing for me is the fucking migraine that came with it. I don't get headaches. I really don't. My wife gets them all the time. She gets the really bad headaches. I don't get them. I don't for the life of me ever get headaches. So that's when I know something's truly wrong, when I'm fucking getting this excruciating, pounding, like stagnant headache that won't go anywhere. And that went away. I haven't had that back now. Could it be because I'm pumping myself full of freaking ibuprofen and acetaminophen? Possibility. Because I'm taking the hospital. I still had some leftover 400 milligram ibuprofen from the last time I went to the hospital. So I'm just taking those. But whatever, it's working. So I will take it. Yeah. And then that's gone right now. Now, and then I got Megan Hubbard down there. I can throw up hers on the screen. It says I had COVID. I'm not sure if you see it. Megan posted that. A lot of toxins out of your body.
Oh, Megan. You remember Megan, Gary? You remember Megan? Like, she had a comment to say about everything.
Mm-hmm.
She had a comment to say about everything in the podcast. She was that one that was in there. She was the biggest we ever had on the show, and she made sure that she attacked us for every.
Where did she go? What happened to her, or where's she at?
I think that's the one that you called a bitch, bro.
Maybe
it might have been.
I think I was kind of nice when she was on the show. The thing is, when we did these type of episodes, when we were straight political, I was always nice. I invited anybody on with any type of political view because I was open to conversation. Like, listen, I said I like the old days where we could agree and disagree, and I didn't care. At the end of the day, that was it. We have our own opinions, and that's great. We'll walk away from it. We'll have our discussion. Maybe we'll try to convince each other, but fuck it. If I can't change your mind, you can't change my mind. Then we move on. It's our lives. And I always invited them onto the show.
So you only lost your taste and smell for like a few hours?
Yeah, just like a couple hours. I went to bed and woke up and it was back.
I never got the Rona, but I got something like, okay, so I got the flu and I went to the hospital and got tested. They said I don't have the Rona. I have the flu, but it's symptoms of Rona, but they call it the flu Rona.
The flu.
Interesting.
So I lost my taste and smell for 2 weeks.
Damn.
So I lost so much weight in 2 weeks, bro. I didn't want to eat anything. Like, I was like, dude, this sucks. It was terrible.
I lost my smell and my taste for like 8 months.
Dude.
He did.
I don't know.
He used to bitch about it.
It took like a year for things to, like, I was smoking a lot of weed back in the day too. And like, even weed didn't smell right. Like, it all smelled the same. I can't say that. I don't do it anymore.
I'm sorry, Gary. We're having technical difficulties here. Let me see if I can fix the audio system over here.
Yeah. All right. Sorry.
Yeah.
I
If you're gonna say
consumed
the
cannabis back in the day.
What?
I
You
no
what?
longer partake.
Okay.
But when I was, I couldn't smell it. It all smelled the same. The little rosebuds all smelled the same.
Dude, what's weird is there's certain things now that I used to drink or eat that taste disgusting to me because when I lost my taste and smell, it tasted so fucking weird. And now when I drink or eat that like item, it still tastes weird as fuck. It doesn't taste the same. Yeah.
Interesting.
Like I don't eat or drink the things that I'm talking about anymore.
Yeah, my wife says tastes different. I think that happened to her too. Like there's certain things that taste completely different to her now as well.
I would say everything pretty much is back to normal. I haven't had anything lately in the past, I don't know, year or so that didn't smell or taste like what it is.
See, that would drive me nuts. I'm glad
It was
nothing
really
like that.
frustrating.
That's like, I swear, if I ever get that new tick-borne virus that we have out here, I would cry if I get bit by that certain tick. There's a tick, I guess, that'll make you allergic to red meat.
Oh
If
my
you get-
God, I would die.
Yeah, if you get bit by this tick, you get allergic to red meat. You won't be able to eat any red meat whatsoever.
Oh, dude, no. I would no.
Yeah, it's out here in Maine. It's always on the news every summer. Like, dear God, I hope to God I never get bit by that tick because I would cry. Pretty Boy Potato, you'd have to look it up, my man. Look up tick-borne virus. Look up red meat allergy. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, it is pretty. I have heard of that. And I would, man, that is like the vast majority of my diet. I would not be in a good place.
Right. Dude, you look at my freezer and stuff, dude, it's all just meat galore, bro. Like, I would not know what to buy at the grocery store anymore.
Right? No,
Yeah.
I wouldn't. I'd cry. I mean, I guess I'd have a lot of chicken wings, a lot of hot wings.
You have to buy that
Yeah, but
fake,
that's
like,
good.
bullshit.
Speaking of fake plants, did you see the friggin' big protest that happened at Chick-fil-A yesterday? I can't remember what state it was at, dude. They were holding up TVs and like they're all protests clucking at Chick-fil-A, calling them animal cruelty and all this stuff. It was live on here, TikTok. Oh yeah, dude. They were protesting Chick-fil-A like crazy.
Was it PETA feet or who was it? Was like
I don't know. The person that was hosting he had vegan in his name.
well, fuck him. He doesn't know what he's talking about anymore.
Oh man, I want to continue with this Scott Rona real quick. I'm curious. To my neighbor across the street, or he gave me fucking COVID. Because interesting story. Couple days, I'd say about 5 days ago, we were both outside. He wanted to see my drone that I got for Christmas. I was flying out my drone, demonstrating the drone and shit to him. And we both tested. I didn't know this till he sent
The
me a
drone.
message and said, "Oh, you took a COVID test today?
I got
Got
the
positive?"
drone
I'm like,
right
yeah.
here.
He goes, "So didn't I." I'm like, "Oh, yeah. What's wrong with you?" He goes, "Feeling sluggish all day long, spiked the fever." I'm like, "Oh yeah, me too."
Oh, yeah.
So, wait a minute. Actually, he didn't get a headache. Fucking bastard.
Interesting.
Yeah, he didn't get. He just felt sluggish and nauseous.
Mm.
So he didn't get the headache out of it. I got the friggin' headache. Horrible. Maybe it's my vitamins. He don't take people who follow mainstream media. Nope.
On both sides of the fence.
Okay, we're gonna stop there because I think I go completely political at that
I think
point.
we both do.
Open discuss. Even though I'm getting my R served for me, the old Rona, I knew I just had to get an episode released. So during this podcast, my brother and I just chatted away. So I think I after that episode, I think I went downhill a little bit because I was the hardest hit in my house. I did get hit kind of hard, but it wasn't still too bad. Twitter.
Is that the main version of Twitter?
Yes, that's the main version of Twitter. All right, here we go.
When's the
Who's got the
Intro.
freaking Omicron? They have no way because they take your test swabs. You're already long gone, and they submit it off to a lab with
Variants of interest were
weird shit that happens to your body and the way it's reacting.
for sure.
World dimensions, as far as experiencing certain things, people hearing voices when there's nobody there. Could it be a different parallel universe there that we're hearing? My wife just posted and says we have trouble pronouncing our R's. We definitely do. Here in Maine, we park our cars in the garage, and you just can't get there from here. It's right over there, right beyond. You know what I'm saying there, bub? That's how we talk over here in Maine, chat. We got your
That is
lobster
cross
lines.
I mean, how? Hold on. As much as I want to, right? As much as I'm string theory and all that shit, like you can come up with like some pretty bizarre, entertaining theories for all of that. But how much of it is really just psychosis? How much of it is just mental illness? Like how much of it is just some dude who's been up for 3 days because of whatever reason,
right?
And he's
get it out, Gary. Get it out. Spit it.
It's unfortunate
I was probably faded.
Oh, you were definitely faded.
I was still participating in
you were still
extracurricular activities at this time.
Yes, you were. Yes.
People who are credible. I want nothing more. I want nothing more than aliens and fucking
Dude, how many times we talk about
ghosts
aliens and
and all
different
this
shit?
Not enough, man. Not enough.
Proven to be real, whatever.
Right. And he's probably in his probably close to his 50s. I just shared that to you. I'm gonna bring this up on
Hold on.
one of the highest forms. You know what?
Like,
all right. So we talk about aliens and psychosis and stuff like that. Meet the host and co-host in this episode. Host Gary, Mark G with the two co-hosts Gary G and Justin. All right, let's go past. But we still got Justin in January. We're in 2022. Oh, dude. All right. So right before we transition to the Mark G show, there's IB Negan on here on TikTok who looks like Negan from The Walking Dead. And there's also Mick Grimes who legitimately looks like Rick Grimes. We did an episode with these guys. We did it with a video episode. And let me tell you, the funny part is I had a few people come in legitimately thinking I was interviewing the real people. And when I promoted the show, I didn't mention that there are cosplayers at the time. I just played the pictures of them and said, these two are going to be on the show this time of night. People are like, you're fucking lying. There's no way you're interviewing them. Da, 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 da. Well, they came on the show and it's funny. And during the middle of the show, we talked about the cosplay. I had the biggest fucking blooper during the show, and I'm going to see if we can catch it. Do you remember the blooper, Gary?
I don't.
All right, let's see if I can catch the blooper here.
That's all right. Over No Filter Radio. All right, gentlemen, we are live right now on
try to set
Facebook,
up a
Twitch,
little
YouTube, Twitter, and everything else. Just waiting for the okay to go live on TikTok. Waiting for the TikTok.
That's right. We did go live on
up.
TikTok in this one.
Come on.
I mean, it's an awesome platform.
Sir, how are you doing with Lucille sitting on your shoulder there?
Wait,
buddy.
Mr. Mick Grimes, how are
There we
you
go.
doing today, sir? Mr. Mick Grimes sitting with 365.4 thousand followers on TikTok. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm great, sir. How are you doing, buddy? I've been watching you all day.
Fantastic. I appreciate it. Yeah, I went live for a little bit today. And then Mr. Negan. Sir, how are you doing with Lucille sitting on your shoulder there?
Well, first off, look at you guys with your no filter and your radio. I'm good.
You're good.
Yeah, I'm always good. I'm always glad to see old Mick Grimes. He works for me. You know?
Yeah, whatever. Season 6, boy. That's awesome.
Season 6, boy. So, hey, gentlemen, we got a hell of a show here. So, for everybody knows, Negan's not doing too bad either. He's got 184,000 followers on his main profile, but seems like TikTok does not like him. He keeps becoming a bad boy on TikTok, and they keep slapping him in the rear and throwing that account out the door. And well, he gets these bans. So he's on. How many accounts are you on now?
I have IB Negan, IB Negan 2, and IB Negan 3.
That is insane.
Are those all?
He won't do it. Sir.
And Nick, how many accounts do you have?
Who?
You?
That you know about? No, I'm just kidding. I got 3.
You got 3 as well. Okay. All right. So you've been banned before on TikTok?
So funny thing is they keep getting banana because people get them for impersonating, and they have to keep going back to their account saying, no, we're cosplayers. We're not impersonating. We're cosplayers. We're playing out these people. But people would report them saying that they're fake identities.
We get it, Rick. That's why
we get the same.
Trying to get to the
we get the
blooper
same
here.
treatment. I've been banned for
say banana because
sometimes arguing with vegans.
Saviors.
Trick or treating in Sonoy, Georgia.
Wait,
Instead of Rick.
right here. I think this is where it is.
No
yeah,
answer.
yeah.
No
Okay.
answer.
No, all right. Here we go.
Doppelgangers of the actual actors of the show. Doppelgangers
All right, here
of
we
the
go.
actual actors of the show. Like when I first watched it, I literally thought Mick Grimes was freaking Rick, and I ran to my wife like, "Holy shit, babe! Look, it's fucking Rick. He's on TikTok." I ran in. I'm like, fucking hitting the like button. And I did more research. I'm like, wait a minute, got to be smart, Mark. So I hit the profile. I'm like, oh, this is one tricky son of a bitch. I read the bio, and no, it's Mick Grimes. Holy shit, though. He definitely fucking looks like him. It sounds like him. So
Wait
let
for
me say
the
you did a
awkward
phenomenal
silence. It's
job. And
coming
now
up
that
here
we're
soon.
on that, the same question is going to go to you, Negan, as well. When is the first time that you realized that you look like Rick?
That's a good question, dude.
Do y'all catch it? Do you hear the awkward silence? Okay, y'all caught it. Here we go. Let's go with the awkward silence still.
No answer.
No answer. One.
We're still like,
What's
what
that?
the fuck? What did Mark just say?
I got you these questions.
Are you gonna go back and ask the question again, maybe to Negan instead of Rick?
And I was still fat clue. I'm like, what the fuck's he talking about? What did I say? Like, I had no idea until someone put it in chat what I said.
We gotta go. I mean, I'd go to Negan first. So I mean, Negan, the first time you realized that you look like Negan.
Well, the first time I saw Jeffrey Dean Morgan was on.
So the funny part was like I had no clue. It was like 5 more minutes after that conversation. Someone was like, dude, do you realize what you just said? You were asking Negan when the first time he looked like Rick, and I'm like, what? Oh fuck! That's
And he
why
didn't correct you. He just like refused to answer.
Dude. Yeah, he refused to answer. Like it was fucking great. It's like, oh shit.
I mean, that's pretty
Oh.
funny.
Let's see here. Weekend podcast. It will be a weekend that will get banned on all social
Mark, you
media.
know who people say I look like?
Who?
Luke Bryan.
Luke Bryan, really? I'd have to look up Luke Bryan to
I don't know
see.
who Luke Bryan is.
You don't know who Luke Bryan is?
He's a fucking singer.
He's a country singer.
Interview with TikTok. Oh dear God! Have you ever met AR870 mom and dad on TikTok, Zach? They're the ones that actually were on America's Got Talent. It was a wife and a husband duo, and when they did their TikTok, she would sit in front of the cam. No, wait. Yeah, she would be the one in front of the cam. He'd sit off to the side, and she would lip sync everything he said, but it legitimately looked like she was talking. So when she was talking, she had this guy voice. Dude, it was freaking great. and like they went off on it, and we had an interview with them too. I'm not gonna play that one, but that just blasted. And they actually ended up going on AGT and did a whole skit on there. I don't know how far they made it. I don't think they made it too far into the show, but I guess he's now
They did it in the live TV shows though, which is cool.
right. It is. I guess now he's in law enforcement.
Oh, really?
Right. Oh, M Penned over on TikTok, Gary says, really? You don't know Luke Bryan?
Sorry.
Gary does live underneath a rock,
You don't know who I am? What the fuck?
right?
See if I write a song about you.
So February 2022, new name, same great show. So I guess we're talking about it here.
Everybody, this music, I'm just gonna kill it now. All right.
The audio
Everybody's
is
a
still
little
kind of
confused right
crappy.
now, right? Everybody sees it popping up. The Mark G show
whoa.
is now live.
It is.
What is the Mark G show? Well, that is going to be the very last time you ever hear the No Filter Radio intro.
Really?
After a little more research, well, actually, let me introduce Gary first. Gary, what's happening?
What's happening, brother?
Oh yeah. By the way,
Right.
man.
By the way,
How's
here's
your-
my co-host, Gary. Hey, how's it going, man?
I sounded so faded. I'm like, hey, hey,
Right.
man.
I just took a big rip in my balls.
I did too, right before each show.
We do have a new podcast. So everybody knows the last two guests we had on our show. We had AR870 Dad from TikTok. They were a pretty cool couple, right? They did she did the lip sync while he was talking, and they're having a
Look,
blast.
I could have
mean,
just
I don't
played
like
that
it.
episode.
I'm not happy to see war at all because it's always the citizens who suffer.
So we're talking about some type of war.
There's a lot of corruption in you.
Okay. Yep. We were talking about. Yep. Okay.
It's a
We were talking about
suitcase.
that
I thought
country.
she was dragging a body there from it. It's a
Whoa,
suitcase.
whoops.
Yeah.
So-
You imagine like paying fucking a gallon of milk, paying $15 for a gallon of milk,
Oh, dude, fuck that.
or going to a store to buy, I don't know, we'll say normal package of hamburger in a grocery store is what, maybe $5 to $10, and increasing that now to like $30 to feed your family, like a family of mine, for one day, instead of me spending about $50 a day to make meals for my family. It would probably be like $100 to $150, $120 to feed my family for one day.
For a day.
That is fucking nuts.
Most people don't even make that in a day for working.
No, like you'd
Zach
have-
makes that on TikTok today, though.
More than that.
Let's see. Let's talk about current events, inflation and welfare. Interview a veteran musician. Okay, I think Gary, you did not join in on this first interview. This is another interview. So we have done a few interviews. Interview with veteran musician Luke Middleton. He released a song called "Anxiety."
A lot of podcasts these days. Tippy toe around everybody's little feelings.
Oh wait, is this the This is
That's
no
the old intro.
It is. What the hell? We'll skip through the old one.
Society, because at that moment in my life, I don't think I've ever been more at rock bottom than that moment, because I was in a lot of like whys, like why is this happening? Like I had no idea what was going on at that point in my life, and
He was interesting. So he took his negativity that happened in the military from being in high depression and turned it around and actually became a musician. He's actually doing tours now. He is actually doing tours now, which is really cool.
That is cool.
His name is Luke Middleton. I would play a clip of it some. Unfortunately, I don't know if he now has that stuff copyrighted. We had permission at the time of the podcast, so I'm not going to go ahead and play none of that. We talked about athletes and mainstream sports and more. That was a topic that I'm going to skip over where we're on TikTok right now. Let's see. Oh, here we go. I love y'all on TikTok, but I did an episode. I am an internet panhandler and love it. This was just a fun one. Like this is when I first.
Right,
this is the first time I ever realized how to do battles in TikTok. Like I was like, "Holy shit! Check this out!"
About 5 second count before we start the intro, because lately I've been listening back on Facebook and noticing that
nice
the
5 second
intro's not
count
playing properly.
Okay.
So-
Give it a
'cause-
little longer. Give it like 15 seconds or 30 seconds or whatever. Just
Yeah,
That way there
we've
it's up
screwed
and
that one
running.
up. Oh, where does
But yeah,
that go?
I mean, so for everybody who's listening, tonight you should convert to cash. Right now, someone's at 1.2 million.
Hold on.
Zach.
Oh, okay. No, you're good. Keep going. Sorry.
What happened to Zach? We lost him.
8.8 million
He'll be
diamonds
back.
is out right around 20 to 30K.
What'd you do?
I don't know.
20K and 30K are different. If you think about
Welcome
it,
back, dude.
You're looking at 80 grand a month versus 120 grand a month.
Oh,
which
So we're
both-
really talking about this is during when the weekly rankings were going. So we were talking about the weekly rankings. I think I was talking.
Weekly. That was
Yes, I was talking about that one guy that always has this sound. And he went fucking crazy. He was always in number one. I can't think of his freaking name right now.
Dude, I remember that fucking sound too.
Yeah, right? That's it.
It's still fucking insane.
stupid. But that's a big difference.
There's a difference.
That's
yeah,
30%, you know. So like I just so
Gary's-
so
Gary's
for
a little
instance,
toasty.
there's
is that real? That's real.
That's
like,
legit.
that's money. Like you take that money, you turn a diamond or whatever into
Cash.
your bank account. You put it in your bank account and it goes into real money.
Correct. So like last night,
He
when I
never
did it,
really
I was
knew how
playing
TikTok
around. I
worked.
was just jamming
I'm
out
still
like
not sure.
remixes from YouTube. I was playing remixes on there, and I was engaging with the people in my chat. And we were just having a conversation. We were doing these battles, and people were sending me these gifts. And when I finished up, it was about an hour and a half in. I made about $100. I think it was $125 for an hour and a half worth of just playing around on TikTok, and I was able to withdraw it right then and there, right into the bank account. And you can withdraw up to $1,000 a day on TikTok.
I was trying to explain, like, dude, we just found out about TikTok.
That's
I
your
was
limit,
amazed.
though? You can only get $1,000 a day.
$1,000. No, $1,000
high
a
am
day
I?
withdraw. So you can still have more in there. Say you have a $5,000 day on TikTok, you can still withdraw $1,000 of that.
See, that's kind of fucked up.
It is.
Like they kind of control. Like what if what if I want to buy a truck?
Right. I'll have to take it out over a course of 20 days.
Man, that's some bullshit. That's kind of weird. I get it, but like if I'm bringing in 30 grand a month or a day, like I will never be able to get my money out of there.
Yeah, that's nuts, right?
Like in
Now, Zach, you've been on the platform a lot longer than us. So we're talking about, are you able to withdraw more than 1,000 after a while, or is it still capped at 1,000?
Dude, that's the weird thing. Like my backup that has like not even 2,000 followers on it, because I only used to get on there if I was nannered on this account. It only allows me to withdraw 100 a day on that one, but this one I'm still allowed to do 1,000 a day.
Interesting. All right. Dude, that's crazy. All right. So
Dude,
let's
and speaking of weekly rankings, dude, I remember that. The most I ever made in a week doing that was 18K.
Jesus Christ.
And that was after TikTok took their fucking cut.
And what part of the ranks were you at in that though? Where were you sitting in the rank?
Oh well, fuck. That was the first time I was ever in ranks. I was at number like 23, and then I got reported and banned and kicked out of the rankings. So I
So
didn't get
18K for only reaching 23rd place. So that means that whoever was in the first
that
place.
that was on Sunday too. That was the very last day is when I got banned and kicked out.
So that means whoever was in first place was sitting at roughly about $40,000 at least.
Probably more than that.
That shit is bananas. What the hell?
I think
Here
when
I
they-
am working my ass off.
Well, no, dude. I think
God
when
damn, I fucked up.
weekly, when it was weekly, I'm pretty sure they said the estimated number one like podium on the podium number one would probably get like $100,000.
Jesus. Dude, that is absolutely insane.
And that's for what, a day or a month or what is that?
That's back when TikTok was on the weekly. So
For a
100
week.
Yeah, for a
And I'm
fucking-
telling you, dude, this sound, whoever had this sound, I can't remember his name. Rami, maybe it was Rami. He's always like, come on, drop the bigger, baby. Drop the motherfucker big. Drop it bigger, drop it now. Show them what you got. Come on. And you're like, and then, dude, these friggin' lions, he would do that, and these fucking lions be like, "Rah." I'm like,
Oh, it'd be
holy
like fucking
shit.
30, you get like 30 lions in a row, bro.
Yeah, it was crazy.
What's a lion worth?
It's like $200
Nah.
or 150.
Nah. Well, yeah, after they take the
Yeah, after they take their
if you
cuts.
get like one lion, like say Mark got a lion right now during this live, he'd get 150 out of it. But you have to pay like 300 and something bucks just to buy it to send it to Mark.
So that's just people with super deep pockets.
Basically.
That, or you'd have someone who makes like really good out here, and then they return around and they give back out to the creators. But yeah, man, it's crazy.
Bro. I have to sell so much flooring to fucking see.
Looking over here on TikTok.
My God.
Mick Fiddle D Diddle over here on TikTok says, damn, I guess I need to stop entertaining people with my antics for free. What a beautiful disaster says the thing is some people dislike others in the ranking, so they push to get you out one way or another. You know, Ali, thanks for the follow, my man. I appreciate you. Or Ali.
It's Allie.
Ali, okay. Friends in high places.
Ollie.
How much for a TikTok All-Star? I saw someone get that today. That is a very expensive gift. That's like a $500 gift, right? $400 gift.
Yeah, 400. Well, if you buy it from the website, it's like 400. Yeah.
$400. Damn.
Yeah, guys.
Ew.
You guys, if you recharge, TikTok.com/recharge, 31%.
Yes, you do get a lot more. You get it cheaper if you do go to TikTok's website.
It's like 30% off, 31% off.
Yeah, because Apple charges a ridiculous amount of money towards TikTok when you have to use the Apple phone to charge. So you get a bigger discount if you go to the website. But yeah, man, it's
I'm just
absolutely
mad that I have to sell so much flooring to see so much less money than people. on TikTok. I'm a little mad right now. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little bitter. I'm a little bitter. This conversation kind of bummed me out.
I will tell you, Gary, at the end of the year, it bites you in the ass, dude.
Take
tax
shit
it.
off.
Right as much shit as you are.
I didn't know about that, and I didn't write off everything I sent people, and I wouldn't have owed as much.
Dude, see, you write off. That's why one of the things I did, and I have always told everyone when I did it, is I take 50% of whatever I make on TikTok. That goes reinvest back into this or whatever I need it for. And then the other 50% goes back into the TikTok industry. So this way here, I'm writing off 50% of what I make on TikTok back out here.
And even buying a mic,
and
keep
not
that
only-
just like buying a new mic, buying an iPad, buying all of
Yeah.
that shit is also a write off.
It's all
Upgrade your
write-off.
shit every year.
Oh yeah, like when I did my taxes this past year or this year, for last year's taxes, I got to write off my Wi-Fi, got to write off my cell phone bill.
Yep.
Like yeah, so like I got to write off my tripod that I don't even use.
Yeah.
No, man. And the funny part is, it's the first time this year I actually got money back. And that's because one of the things is I wrote off a lot of my stuff that I use for TikTok because I knew I had to claim it. So it was great. Even though I didn't make that much last year at TikTok. This year has been a little bit better of a year for me here on TikTok. But yeah, man, it's great. That's why I'm trying to teach you, Gary, how to do the TikTok.
Dude, I'm mad. I want to kind of punch something right now.
Oh, dear. What a beautiful disaster. See, I need a dancing job. People paying me to put clothes on. Let's go. Oh, dear God. Oh, you're mad right now, Gary. You're a little salted over
People
there.
make in a month what I make in a year, and they're just, I don't know what they're doing on TikTok, but somehow they're doing it on TikTok. And that's
It's funny, right? Because there's differences in different type of creators. There's different battlers and different types of way people earn on here. And the creators, that's what I love about TikTok is there's never really the same type of content. As Zach's unfriending me. But no, like you got creators that will sit there and like Rami would literally just sit at his desk and talk shit to, I think it actually the person's name Ali. That's who we battle. You got people like Zach who'll just sit on his couch and he'll sit there and tell people, all right, guys, if I don't get a fucking line right now, I'm getting off this fucking app right after this freaking battle. I'm done with you. I'm done with you. I'm done. I'm getting off. And then
I talk shit to Sully on me. That's the most entertainment of everyone's day. Is going to a Zach and Sully battle. Okay, everyone looks forward to that. It's more fucking entertaining than the Super Bowl. All right,
they are great, man. They those two guys go after each other. Actually, we built it's been quite a good of a bond out on TikTok.
so that's it. You two just talk shit to each other, and people just throw money at you.
basically.
If you can see my brother right now, Zach, if you had another device and was
I'm outta
actually
here.
watching on Facebook,
I'm going to get water.
You're going to get water. Where are you going,
Guys.
Gary? Fuck you. He's walking away. Oh, you
getting water. Fuck you.
Facebook.
It's Facebook. Yeah, you'd have to see him on Facebook. The mic. He's walking away from the mic right now. Hold on. Ladies and gentlemen, Gary has got up and walked away from the microphone. That is crazy.
That was about the time.
Most of them are not doing a damn thing, maybe eating an ice cream cone here and there. Oh, so they act like a certain and yes, we understand that. Oh, and Zach, yeah, Zach gets very luxurious with his. He does. Zach will be over there going, oh yeah.
That's what I was doing yesterday, bro.
Like Zach's slobbering. He's slobbering that mic. Oh, not that mic, that ice cream cone. Zach's like microphone. Oh, he's ready to go grab an ice cream cone, ladies and gentlemen. Dragon puppets, what's going on? Oh man.
Oh, I ate all my caramel ones.
I can't believe what a beautiful disaster. I can bring you here just a little bit. We're celebrating. It's funny how we went off course, but it's because of one of my recent episodes. We're going back over the previous episodes I've done celebrating my 100th episode here, which is today, which will be uploaded tomorrow at some point. Zach, I don't want to be underneath your shirt. Thank you, though. No, Zach, keep it down. Save that for your lion cinders, Zach. Save that for your lion cinders. But wait for Gary to get back now. Let's see. Sunday Fun Day Chit Chatter. There's no guests on the books for tonight, so we decided to talk about current events such as, oh no, we won't go there. Ministry of Truth. Oh boy. Lazy Generation and Spiked Unaliving. We can't talk about that. Shooting guns. It's time to wake up America on all sides. Certain things, dancing in schools and more. We talk about a certain drunken somebody. Johnny Pillows on the show. Wow, dude. When did I go non-political? All right, here we go. We'll talk October 2022. Gotta wait for Gary to get back. Zach, you enjoy that freaking ice cream. You do, dude. I've got this badass peanut butter ice cream I am waiting to dive into. I think after the show's over with, it's like straight up peanut butter with Reese peanut butter cups in it and everything else. Like,
Dude, you need to try this one. Black raspberry chip.
oh, it's got like the black chocolate chips in it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that does sound good.
And
Big
then
rise.
I wrap it in their fruit roll-up sometimes too.
Yes, that fruit roll-up thing is so delicious. I don't know where Gary went, man. I don't know if he went to go see a punching bag or not, but like, I don't know where he went. I just recently, dude, it took me it does sound delicious, doesn't it, Big Fiddle? I just recently got him to go live on TikTok, as you saw. Like, that's
The other night, yeah.
when you met him, that was his second time ever going live.
And I feel bad he was on Sully's team.
Oh, that was great. What are you talking about? That was fantastic. Hachi, what's going on? Welcome in. So I'm hoping he comes back here because I was going to take a chance and run that episode because he was saying he's going to get a drink. And I'm sitting there going, wow, I would love a drink, but I can't walk away from a podcast and have dead air. So like, I want him back to have a conversation as I fill my cup. Or better yet, you know what I'm going to have? No, I can't because I got to have that with my boys. I got that root beer that was given to me. So that's the other thing that just started for me here on TikTok. I just started getting a lot of merchandise, free merchandise. One of the things I got was this thing for Root Beer's flipping us off for Root Beer Club. They sent me a 12 root beers from their selection for us to try on camera and make videos of it. And I still got a bunch more I got to try. I got this Flip It cap that I got to try. Yeah, we love you, Gary. They gotta flip it with ketchup and stuff like that. So Gary, I'm gonna take a chance. I'm gonna play this new business ventures and I'm gonna run and go fill my cup. I'm scared. But I need
a lot of podcasts these days.
It's scary, and I don't want to take that chance to have my TikTok account get what they call bananaed. Take all the letters out except for the B, A, and N. You can tell what I'm saying because we are live on TikTok right now. Supposedly that word is
okay. If I'm live on TikTok,
we'll hold
I
off
should be
on
safer
that.
here. So we're gonna let y'all listen to this real quick.
It is. It's very
Enjoy the
interesting.
reaction.
We can talk
I'll be right
about
back.
that algorithm because some of it is kind of scary.
So I'm
And
talking
then-
about TikTok. I'm gonna go fill
And
my
then I
cup.
was like, wait a minute. Let me
This
try
is
gaming.
episode was
I
aired
miss gaming,
October
so I did.
2022.
I got into this game called Fortnite. A lot of kids give me shit about it on TikTok. Like they're like, this guy's too old to be gaming. Like, listen, and I even made a video about this. Like, okay, number one, to say that I'm too old to video game, do they not understand that our generation are the OGs of video gaming?
Yeah.
We were the ones that had Atari,
Yeah.
Super Nintendo, where you had to blow in the disc in order to
Right.
get it to work. If that shit didn't work, you grabbed it out of the cartridge, you're like, and you're trying to
Yeah.
stick it back in. So, like,
You
we
gotta
are
blow
the
the
video-
cartridge, blow inside of the fucking console. You know what I mean? So sometimes straight up
remember
just
those days.
smacking it legitimately did make it work.
It did.
Like it was wild, man. Like those games were so sick. Oh, dude, I love that. It was a lot of fun. Those were good. Those were good days.
Oh, dude, it was a blast back. I remember you and I staying up as kids till like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning playing Super Mario Brothers.
Super
I see you
late, dude.
chewing.
Yeah, and just
Zach's eating a
pulling all-nighters
fucking
playing Super
ice cream
Mario
cone, you
Brothers.
friggin' dick.
So it's like it's funny when I get told that I'm too old to play video games. But back
I
to
got
the-
some blueberries, man. Got some blueberries and a cup of water.
Wow, okay, I kind of like this. So let's continue with it. And then I was like, I've got such a good following. I
Listen.
built this community.
Listen, man. It's a red hot dog. A lot of people don't know about red hot dogs. I guess it's a New England thing. We call
Mark loves the wiener.
Fucking right. Give me that goddamn wiener.
It's salty. You just ate it without chewing.
Dude, this shit snaps. This shit has a snap to it, man. It's the best hot dog.
Relax your throat,
ever.
huh?
Dude, but back to that the podcast. I remember those fucking days. If your video game wasn't working, you had to take it out, blow inside of it. That wasn't working. Blow inside the fucking console. Dude, I hated that shit.
Super Nintendo, man. It's the best fucking game system out there. Duck Hunt,
Well, it
man.
wasn't even that, dude. I had a Sega Genesis. I had a Super Nintendo.
Sega was dope.
Fucking- You guys remember Zenga, or was it Zenga's? Zenga?
Zelda.
Not Zelda. It was a gaming system. What was it fucking called? It started with an
Sega?
X.
Sega?
No, I had a Sega. It started with an X, I think.
Was it a disc? Was it one of the first ones to do a
Yeah,
disc?
Nintendo Duck Hunt was great.
It may have been. Yeah, I think so. I forget what the fuck it was called though.
I almost remember it, but I feel like N64 came out and like trampled on it or something. Like another system came out and like made it not.
It may have been the very first PlayStation that came out and trampled on it.
There's a computer game out there, and I'm not sure how many people will remember it. If anybody's ever played it on here, let me know if you have. It's more of an adult type of video game, but it was fun. Leisure Suit Larry.
Dude, that sounds really fucking familiar.
I never heard
The
of it.
game, the objective was to get Leisure Suit Larry a little bit of action,
Leisure.
but he always failed. Like he was on a boat, and there's one a cruise, whatever. He was on a boat, and the objective was to try to get him. And one of the ladies that he thought he was going to get with, he ended up getting liposuctioned from his rear.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, dude, the game was hilarious. Like you're playing as a kid, you're like, yeah, baby, I'm getting it. Man. It's going down. And then you're like, oh fuck. Dude, that game was fun. I mean, if you can go real old school and talk about the what is that game? The Frontier. What the hell is the name of the game? Everybody always dies.
Oregon Trails.
Oregon Trail. Never keep them
Or,
alive.
I don't know if it's Oregon Trails, but the Oregon is it Oregon Trail?
Yeah, it's Oregon Trail. Or where in the world is Carmen Sandiego?
I played Oregon Trail in school, bro.
Yeah, exactly. Now, remember when Apple came out? The first time you ever met a chat room, first ever chat room when you actually had to type out the words was in school. Oh no, dude, mine was like a web-based chat at that time. It wasn't even AIM. But dude, I remember the Yahoo days, Yahoo Chat, when you had voice in Yahoo Chat. Like times have progressed from now we're using these apps on your phone. Remember Yahoo Chat was back when I did Yahoo booting. I was that dick that would sit there when people were talking on the microphone, Yahoo Chat, and I'd just send that command with a booter. You had this little booter and you click a button, all of a sudden the person on the other end, you hear bling, ding, 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 ding. It's all the PM messages going on. You're hearing the person going, fuck, you son of a bitch, fuck. And like they're getting thousands of PMs just flooding their computer screen to the point where they have to reboot it.
I remember you doing that.
Oh yeah, man, that was great. That was great. Back when
my first AIM screen name was the stupidest screen name ever. It was the initials of my the name of my school. It was like MEV Skateboard Boy.
That's dope. My first one was Afro SK8 because I have big hair and I skateboard.
Yeah.
I don't even know what my AOL chat name was. I remember though, that's when I met my first ever psychotic girlfriend from chat. When I was living in Colorado Springs, I was using AOL. This chick was on everything. And I remember I'd never really drank too heavy yet. And first time I really drank the heavy I ever did was at her place. It was her dad's. And I'm surprised she still wanted to date with me after that. But we had her dad's house. They had this place, really expensive house. They were chilling in the hot tub. And like, I was trying to keep up with this other guy who was bigger. You know, he looked better than me, but he was drinking like the sun. So I'm like, dude, I got to keep up with him. I got to drink as much as him. Dude, I passed out. I'm surprised I did not get alcohol poisoning. I vomited all over her dad's carpet, dude. It was like $3,000 carpet destroyed by me just vomiting. Like they were all telling me in the morning when I woke up, like they thought they're gonna call rescue because I just would not stop. I was out. I did not know I was vomiting. I just going, dude. And she still wanted to be with me. And you know what's funny is I want to say it was like 3 weeks after that. I moved back without telling anybody back to Maine. Didn't even tell her. I just moved back to Maine. Disappeared. Back to Maine I go.
That was when you could ghost people and not get caught because there was no like social footprint. You know, you could just literally disappear.
You could just go say, see you later.
Yeah, now people have those fucking like Apple tag trackers that they can like stick on shit.
Right? Throw that shit in your luggage. I see you're in Maine. What's going on in Maine, buddy?
Geographical escape done at many times. It was great. McFiddle D Fiddle says down there. Let's go. Oh dear God. So this is October 2022. So we're coming closer to 2023. We talked about midterm elections. Let's see. Goodbye, freedom of speech. Hello, division. Twitter files. Oh, we started talking about the Twitter files. Oh, dude. Wow. Wait a minute. We got our first ever. I didn't notice that. We got our C19 warning on one of our episodes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we're talking about the Twitter files here. It looks like Spotify gave us a little warning on there.
Oh.
Look at that.
Must have been a fun little conversation then.
Right. We are, oh boy. We are back all right. So we're catching up to some of the closer episodes. February 6th. We are back just like the woolly mammoth blowing up like the spy balloon.
A lot of podcasts these days.
Yes, those days. Files. We're so far behind on the Twitter files. I know everybody's up. It's Neander. I'm gonna so fuck it up. Neander. Fucking Gary saying. There we go. Yes, those days. And now it's come back to make its another pass around the earth. And you got to think about that. You know, things that happen in space has its play here on Earth. It really does. The moon has its play on our ocean. What? That's why we have high tide, low tide, and so forth.
You're not wrong.
That's why we have these high tides. So, could this comment that's going through right now?
Dude, you imagine me doing a show if I smoke? Oh my God.
A lot of this sun is below freezing, weather, the ice storms in Texas. Could it have some type of play in that? Could Mother Nature be playing with something? Or could it be because our scientists are playing God a little bit too much? And I'm saying that because woolly mammoths are coming back, man. They are playing Jurassic Park right now as scientists. Dude, are we gonna start seeing the T-Rex walking around the streets of fucking, Los Angeles or freaking? I mean, seriously, man, the movies come true. Movies come true.
Art mimics life, or life mimics art, or whatever it is, right?
Yeah. Like there's some crazy shit happening right now, man. And it really makes
I
you
sound
wonder.
like I'm friggin' stoned, but
they
I don't
always
smoke.
say,
Man,
history tends to repeat itself, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we got
Oh,
this
big yawn
green
there, Gary.
comment.
Yeah,
We've been
it
to the
happens.
Ice Age before. That's how the Earth has kind of done its whole thing. Now, I'm not saying we're in the Ice Age or we're getting.
All right,
And
check
next
it
thing you
out.
know, the Antarctica.
So I'm looking this up right now. Actually, they plan on having a cloned woolly mammoth by 2027.
Oh, Jesus fuck.
right around the corner.
Yeah,
wonder-
that's kind of
wonder-
great. I like that. That's gonna destroy everything.
I wonder if they're gonna reinvent that big ass shark there. What's the name of that big huge shark?
Megalodon.
Megalodon.
Yeah,
Imagine if they brought back the
Hey.
Megalodon. Well, what if the
might
Megalodon
still be down there. We don't know.
They could still be down there. We don't.
Hey, that sub, man.
Oh
will be-
dear God.
We'll get to that. We'll get to the discussion, bro.
He's saying it got ate up by the Megalodon.
Yeah.
They found the remote. The remote's still intact.
Did they really find the remote?
Yeah, that was the only thing that basically was like not
How-
disintegrated.
How the hell is everything else destroyed but the fucking remote?
Exactly. Oh, okay.
That's
the ultimate.
a good question.
How? Yeah.
Maybe that could be next week's conversation because I wouldn't
Maybe.
mind digging into that one a little bit.
Yeah, we could dig into that one. That would be a good one. That'll give it plenty of time to simmer a little bit, so people like Zach can cut the joke he wants to cut that he's holding in so badly right now. But
Dude,
like,
there's so many jokes.
there is. But like, if you think about it, though, like when that compresses like that, right? When it, what's that word that you call when it? What do they say? It,
Implosion?
yeah, implosion. So when it implodes, right, your body turns into liquid. You don't have time to process the
No, you
pain
turn into
is-
jelly. Yeah, instantly.
Yeah, they don't
Yeah,
feel it.
they
unless it's
literally
instant.
say that it happened in less than a millisecond.
Yep.
Right. So less than a millisecond it imploded, body turns to liquefied. But yet a plastic, I don't have one here. A plastic game controller survives an
That makes no
implosion.
sense.
It makes
Makes no sense.
absolutely no sense.
I mean, it kind of does make sense. Our bodies are pretty soft and squishy.
so
Yeah,
is
but
it-
everything else is gonna like basically get destroyed and in pieces. How the hell is a fucking remote in perfect tact?
that's
I mean, it's like the pressure can get in there. Like it's a. I know it's bullshit, but I mean, it's what it is. You know, it's like the air pressure can get in there pretty quickly, and it's.
Let's talk about that next week. Let's have some fun with that. Let's talk about that. And let's talk about some other stuff that doesn't make sense. Some other events that don't
Fake
make
chickens,
sense.
bro. It's the fake chickens.
It's the fake. Well, let's have fun with that one next week. I think that'll be a good one to talk about next
That'll
week.
be fun. That'll be fun.
Yeah, that would be fun. All right, let's see what we got. Aliens, UFOs, what's going on Earth? Okay, wait a minute. This episode is meant to be a fun episode where we talk about UFOs, aliens, mermaids, and so much. Oh, I got a couple of clips on TikTok about this one.
A lot of podcasting.
So please bear with us.
That's
This is
one
our
I
only
was in.
second time doing. What's that?
I mean, I haven't.
What'd you
Wasn't this one I was in about mermaids and stuff?
No.
Were you in on the mermaid one? That was the one
wasn't-
you came in on, right?
No, Zach.
No, that was the alien. That was the
yeah,
Las
that
Vegas.
was this one was done in March.
Okay.
Kaylin says they had a girl who took pictures of the submarine when it was going into the ocean. Yes, I just recently saw that. She is missing right
Wait,
now.
really?
What?
Also, someone local to me took a picture in our area this evening that looks like a giant alien. Doesn't Kaylin
Send a
live by-
link. Send a link,
Kaylin, aren't you
Kaylan.
in Ohio? Yeah, send us a link on TikTok. I mean, on Facebook. You're in Ohio, aren't you, Kaylin?
Wait, also someone local to me took a picture in our area this evening that looks like a giant alien.
Probably Photoshop.
Yeah, she says she's gonna post in Discord. It does look photoshopped. All right, fans. Yeah, post it in Discord. I
David
want to take a
Rush, man, that guy's dropping all the alien UFO stuff.
So I don't know. I'd
Well, that just threw me off because you were just talking as I play. I was looking right. Well, you were a big X Files watcher when we were kids.
Huge.
You were like, it drove me fucking nuts.
Dude, I still fucking love the Origins X-Files. The original shows, they're just the shit, dude.
Just like when we were freaking kids and used to blare your freaking heavy metal in the room, and I was trying to blare my rap, and we were driving each other crazy with music to see it fall asleep first.
That was annoying.
Good stuff, man. All right, so I kind of fast forward the video here. We're gonna see if we can go to the next story here. So that was like an orb in the sky, pretty much.
For the Netherlands, our next sighting is going to come to us just before this.
You have hard to believe stuff now when you're seeing it, whether the legitimacy of it is real or if it's fake. And that's why I've opened up the phone lines here and also got Wisdom open, because I want to know what everybody's thoughts are truly on UFOs and aliens. Do you guys think they exist? We're going to keep going through. Feel free to call into the show.
Skip through.
And
I like to know how that's more convenient.
For instance, radar had.
No, I mean, don't get me wrong. To believe that we are legitimately the only, hey, Zach, you were just saying this, living mechanism or organism here is asinine. There's obviously, now, if they are visiting us or exploring, their technology is by far more advanced than ours, right? There's reports that to say that we probably do, if they do exist, I'm going to say if they do, I do want to believe, but I'm going to say this now, if they do exist, there's got to be a way. We have to have some type of collection. They've had to.
I just want to
crashed.
say real quick, guys, before we go any further, we're talking about aliens in a previous episode right now, and Elf just came in the room.
A spaceship here before. Our government has to have, or some country has to have pieces of these spaceships. I've heard reports that
with a rose to
there
Zach.
is one in Russia, but I'm not sure. I've heard reports.
just want to say
from
that
other different
Elf just
podcasts
came in
so
the
far
room.
that Russia supposedly has a ship, a UFO that was crashed. But
fucking
then
awesome.
again, then you got to look at this aspect too. Are there living people inside of those things flying them, or are they being flown remotely? Because you
See,
look at a
that's-
spaceship like that they were talking about. How could someone be inside that flying that?
For those that want to like come in 32-minute explanation, though, is there some?
All right. So if you really think about Project Bluebeam, there's quite a bit. That's quite the big freaking article, to be honest with you.
Multiple holographic images.
Yeah, I don't know what golf means. I type in golf and I pull up a football player. So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, so it was funny. I tried to find a clip in that one. I should have really saved, but there's a clip in that one where we were talking about mermaids. And I was saying, if mermaids would be pretty cool if they existed, because mermaids are hot as hell. Like when you watch these movies of mermaids, man, they're fucking hot. And Gary told me he's never seen a hot mermaid. And then I was like, some of the aliens are fucking hot too from the movies. Like they got some hot aliens in some movies, man. But yeah, I can't remember, man. It's a long time ago. But I'm sure that you look some more recent movies. I just posted it in there. I got you. Let them come watch us and learn what not to do. Right? Exactly. Are they alien? But we had to. Oh man, we could have a really good conversation about that type of shit, man. Talk about the submarine. We can go back on fucking the whole alien thing. That's a big hot topic, man.
Dude, I fucking love it.
Because I know the episode that I was in last, it was about the Las Vegas aliens, the fires in Canada, and then we talked about mermaids a little bit. I think
We did.
too.
I think it was just a little bit. Yeah.
It was
We
the aquatic ape theory someone brought up.
Dude, yes, that's right. She was talking about how some people live in the water. Like there's cities. It's like she believed that there were cities underneath the water. If you look at that, a theory and stuff like that. I mean, there is some interesting theories out there, and different religions that follow that stuff. Man, it's very interesting. Let's see, confronting addiction in America. That was our addiction show. That was a really good show. That was a very powerful show. We're pretty much back. Yeah, the one you were in, Zach, was Aliens and Wildfires TikTok edition. That was the most latest episode where you're in there. Zach, let's see what you sound like being recorded. Let's find out here.
That was rocking out, but I kind of avoided news throughout my whole work week.
Okay. Well, I mean, basically, this guy was a former Department of Defense or something where he
start the fire.
Why is my audio
You
so
can
bad now?
actually find stuff regards to a zombie apocalypse. So it's out there. They know it could happen. So what
I think I'm gonna have to stop using that AI, because you hear that.
that sound in there. I think that's the AI creating that, because I use an AI for my audio editing, and yeah, I think it screwed me up.
That air quality was just to push that out there, and it's not going to obviously happen right off
Oh,
the
I
bat,
know
but
what
we'll
it
say,
is. It's
you
the
know,
sound suppressing.
I don't know, a couple months when something's supposed to happen, we have some weird thing happen.
All
right, man.
No,
all right.
It's natural land. They're just destroying like natural environments.
Right. Heather, please, over in TikTok saying bio warfare.
Bio. Yeah. Thanks for the correction. Words are hard.
I tell everybody, our show's like an ADHD on like super steroids because we
It's not just food. You know, you can prep this little brass
on the screen.
Like, how rapidly are you talking? Like, I hope there's still enough down there for me to finish the job. Like, you know what I mean? Like, nah.
Caitlin on TikTok said, the moment to a disabled child, the flushables ruin the septic. Well, let's talk about something more interesting. Let's get everybody's opinions on here. I'm trying to convince my wife to buy one. Oh, we're talking the bidets.
Yeah. Team
bidet. Yeah. That's interesting. I still get a kick out of this episode right here. This episode right here, I get a kick out of.
I swear to God, does not fucking like me. And to be honest with you, I don't fucking like him neither. I'm actually tired of him, as well as Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, sitting there banning and censoring people from social media. Why? Because people simply have a voice and they want to get their voices heard. With that being said, I really want my voice heard. And I know there's millions of Americans out there that also want their voices heard. I'm always on TikTok. You can check me out at Crazy Ass Gear Clothing. That is my TikTok name. That's
Wow, I forgot about that name. That's right. That's what my original name was here on TikTok.
What was it?
Crazy Ass Gear Clothing.
Oh yeah,
that was your old name.
That was my old name. That's when I was trying to sell clothing out on here. Yeah. So, Kaylin, these were old podcasts that we're listening to. So we're celebrating my 100th episode today. And just kind of doing like a blast from the past. Like this one that I was just playing is legitimately the first ever episode.
family. And unfortunately, that is what's going on in today's world. But back to me, folks. I'm getting way out of hand here, and I could talk about this shit for a very long time. Just know that my podcasts are not your normal podcast. I'm not in a quiet studio. I'm broadcasting, like I said. And
Broadcasting.
I got two little shits that I love to death, but boy, they loud as fuck. Which is going to make my podcast very interesting. And it should be even more interesting when I'm doing an interview with somebody on how loud it gets, whether my kids start fighting in the middle of it. But this is a life of a parent, folks. And if you want to run a podcast or something like that, you really do need a nice, quiet studio. But I do not have that. I just simply don't. But
Just
I want
like that.
voices to be heard. I want my voice to be heard. I want other people's voices to be heard.
You sound
And
so
that
much
is-
different, bro.
I do, don't I? Right? It's completely different, man. My wife just posted just like dad, loud. I know she's been for the loud. She'll be sitting in the living room when I'm battling, dude. And she'll quiet the fuck down out there. Like, turn your shit down. You're yelling. I'm like, I ain't yelling. What are you talking about? You're yelling. No, I'm not. Oh, dude, it's crazy though. 100 episodes. I started originally, and it's changing. Your music being, oh, dude, my music's always loud when I'm playing it. But yeah, man, it's crazy because I originally started, and now I'm taking it to a whole nother level where I want to talk about more interesting stuff. I want to bring on more people and have these panels. Like, I would love to have all my boxes filled. If we did it the same way we did before, people like put up their hand first before they talk, so we know they wanted to talk. I just wish I could tie in the freaking thing. Like right now, if I bet you I pull up that mirroring thing, I bet you Zach's audio would flip over when we end the show. Zach, stay on because I'm going to try that. Where I mirror because what I was originally trying to do is I'm starting up the show. I was going to mirror the image of my iPad and put it up on the screen over here, so people on Facebook and so forth can actually see everybody who we're talking to on TikTok. So they're not just hearing your voice; they're actually seeing you. Kind of like you guys on TikTok only see me, don't hear Gary.
Okay.
I was going to try mirroring it, but when I tried starting the show up twice and someone joined the live, their audio started coming out of the iPad versus through my system, which is weird. No, we'll probably never have Sully on the podcast, Kaylin.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a smart idea.
No.
No offense to Sully, but no.
No. Sully be like, all right, guys, get me a diamond on here and I'll take a shot of this live on Mark's podcast. Let's go. Oh, Gary, have you ever had an Incredible Hulk, Gary? The drink?
No.
Well, it's quite the potent drink.
He had like
And,
5 the other night, right?
He had 5.
Dude, so the bartender cut him off, and I told him on live, I was like, dude, you got cut off. He's like, no, I didn't. Look, and he held up a beer. I was like, who the fuck did you steal that from? And then the next day, he's like, yeah, they cut me off. I was like, that's what I told you last night. You told me they didn't. He's
How
like,
did he even survive?
Dude, he woke up this morning at like his time was like 9 o'clock in the morning and he started drinking.
Oof.
Dude, there's a commercial for Sully, dude. It goes this way. This is your liver. This is your liver if you're Sully. I mean, straight up. That's Sully. I love the guy, but I don't know how he drinks. His liver is still holding, man.
Yeah. Kudos to him for being able to hold it down and not die.
He's young. He's young.
Is he? What is he? He's got to be in his mid-20s then?
Yeah,
He
20s.
turns 30, I think, in a month or something like that.
Yes. Yeah, about ready to creep over to that 30.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess if you're primed and conditioned, you can probably just ride that train, but
Oh, I'm going to have fun with him next
No,
time.
Gary, the best part about that night was, I think it's when we were doing fours. I don't know. Was Gary in there when we did fours?
yeah, it was me. Yeah.
When I was like, hey, Sully, go take the girl from that guy behind you. And he's just like, fuck you, dude. You're trying to get me in a fight.
That was great. Oh, man.
Yeah, I was just watching. I was like, there's nothing I could say to contribute to this, but it is fucking hilarious.
Dude, it was just me and Sully talking shit the whole time.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all they do. Like, yeah, you were a quiet bystander on that one. That was.
I mean, I couldn't do anything but just watch. I mean, that dude was pounding. He was loud in there. They were talking shit. I mean,
Gary's just like, I'm here for the ride.
I'm just. This is a show at this point.
You want to see a show tomorrow night? Hold on, let me do this real quick. Everybody on TikTok, stay by. Everybody on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. At this point, I am going to say goodbye to all of y'all because I want to talk to Gary about some other cool shit here. Everybody on the other social media, we appreciate y'all tuning in. Everybody on TikTok, hang on by for just a second.
You've been listening to the Mark G Show. You may know them from their political commentary, but there's a lot more to the fellas than politics. And that's why we created this show. We hope you've enjoyed it. If you did,